2, 3, 4, hit it.
Welcome to LoveLine
with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I am still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
LoveLine's meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes! No, yes. Yes, Drew. All right. That is Dr. Drew. I'm Adam Carolla. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician, disease management specialist. LoveLine phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Got a big Screen TV today.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Where'd you put it?
Yes, put it in the den. Yes.
Oh, the den here. Okay. Right.
Yes.
You already have that suspended giant video wall you've got.
That's one TV.
Oh, my God.
I'm like Elvis.
You are like... You're
All right,
scaring me.
Let me tell you what everyone should do. I've been doing this for years, and I finally did it right. You take your TV. Now, everyone these days has a TV in their room. And it's nice to have a TV in your room. And then you put the VCR in the room, and you don't leave the room because there's two things you should do. I want to talk to people about how to set things up. First thing you should do is put a lock on your bedroom door.
So you don't stay there? So you don't... You mean on the inside? So you can
on the
lock other people
inside.
out? All right.
Just on the inside. Because think about it. I mean, you tell me if this is paranoid thinking or not. My house doesn't have a lot of high security.
Right.
And I think I like to sleep. I like to put the fan on.
Right.
You know, I like the thing buzzing by my head. I like the noise. Helps me go to bed. Yeah. If someone decided to break into the house, they could walk right into my room and be standing at the foot of the bed,
right.
Wielding a butcher's knife or meat cleaver, and I'd have no idea. Probably until my right leg would probably be completely severed, and I wouldn't even wake up until they started in on the left leg. I put a lock on my door. When I go to bed at night, I lock the lock.
I know you see the whole world through your perspective, but some of us have kids.
Right. You got to keep them out, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because Papa Drew and Mama Drew could be working on another little baby Drew. No, but all right, you have kids. All right, so for you can't do that. But,
you can. You have to have a lock on the door.
Oh, you have to have a lock. Oh, okay. You got to do it. Oh, that's good. Good. But the point is it's simple, it's easy, and it helps you sleep at night. Put the lock on. Yeah. Someone breaks in, let them run around the house.
All right.
TV. Number 2, take the TV and don't just put it on top of the dresser at the foot of the bed. Hang it up. Put it up on the wall.
So a little tremor should come along and the thing can just collapse on your head.
You get one of those things they have at bars. They have them at all the Home Depot type stores and the home improvement stores. It's $30. It's a metal bracket. You lag bolt it. You got to find a stud. I mean, you can't just put anchors into the wall. You got to find a stud, and you take a lag bolt and you put it into the stud, and you mount the TV up on it, and it's got a little swivel arm on it. It's an adjustable thing. It's like they have at sports bars.
Right.
And you put your TV up there, and then you angle it down, and then you watch it from bed, and it's like you're in a hospital, but you're not sick. I mean, a hospital is great except for the part of you're getting kidney surgery the following day. Other than that, it's a great thing.
All right. The big TV now.
Yeah, well, so I got mine actually mounted in the wall.
I've seen it.
Ingenious, wouldn't you say, Drew?
Yeah, it's frightening.
They laughed at me when I was bashing a hole in that wall, but I said, no, this is a stroke of genius. Oh, anyway, I got the big screen. 50 inches. Oh, I'm just in dude heaven. Big screens have been on the scene how many years now?
20?
15, 20 years?
Yeah.
This is my first one. And it's a Mitsubishi. You know you've arrived when you have the big screen, even though everybody else has one before you. I don't care. It is. I was walking around my house just holding the remote over my head in slow motion with the music pounding in my own head of just bum 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 bum. It's just a historical moment, and I wish you guys could have been there. I have no idea what that riff was, but it sounded very proud. It was
That's
like the
spoke
gladiators
Xerxes, right.
take the arena.
Like
All right,
2001.
and I have not yet to witness porn through the 50-inch screen, but
may never leave again.
I could only imagine. That's it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Adam McCrolla will be absent for the next.
No, here's
3
my
months.
prediction. I either phone in the show tomorrow night or I come in with the sofa stuck to my back. It's one or the other. Mick, 21. Mick?
Hi.
Mickey.
Oh, Mickey, sorry.
Hi.
Hey.
I really like y'all's show, and my problem is that I've been dating a guy on and off for the last year, and he talks about his ex-girlfriend a lot.
Big screens for the homeless. That's what I'm about. That's my latest campaign. Everyone should have a big screen, Drew. They should not be denied a big screen in this country of ours.
Right.
What's going on?
He always talks about his ex-girlfriend a lot, and he talks about how he hates her and how she's really mean and other stuff, and it's just but he always talks about her.
Right.
How long have you been with him?
Well, I was with him for 6 months, but he's in the Navy, and I broke up with him before he went out on his last cruise. His cruise was 6 months long.
Because he was leaving?
Well, no, I broke up with him because he started talking about marriage and stuff, and I wasn't ready for that because I was only 20, and it scared me real bad. I was like, whoa, I'm not sure,
Sure.
And I broke up with him, and I moved to Ohio for a while, and but while I was there, he was all I could think about. So I started writing him letters and stuff, and I'd heard that he was engaged, and I was like, congratulations and stuff, and he wrote me back and said, oh no, we're not engaged anymore. I broke it off with her again, and I was like, okay.
Is this the same girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what's your question for us?
Well, I don't know what to do because he's always talking about her, and I don't know how to, if I should just sit there and listen.
He deserves her.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
In other words, you're ambivalent about how you feel about him. He's not the love of your life. He's frightened you off a couple of times. His level of commitment to you is ambivalent at best, or uncertain. And he is clearly still preoccupied with his ex-girlfriend. She's probably a mess. I mean, it's probably a lot of chaos in that relationship, and that's what he's sort of drawn back to. Not necessarily a good thing. I mean, let your instincts prevail here.
Well, I think I love him because, he's all I think about. I think about him when I wake up in the morning. I think about him when I go to bed. I think about him constantly.
Yeah, but listen, when people are into heroin, just think about heroin all day.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's good. Just means they're preoccupied with it.
When did you get so preoccupied? When?
When?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, how did it happen? Because you broke up with him and everything was fine, and then all of a sudden...
Well, I broke up with him, and I just, because I was, whatever, and I just started partying a lot, drinking and junk, and then I just got, kind of bored of the scene, I guess, and I was, started to, sober up, basically, and...
Well, and then you had to fill that void with something else.
Right,
And that something else is the preoccupation with him.
Right, and then I just... Once I stopped drinking, I was like,
right.
Man, I miss him.
Yeah,
completely.
I mean, Mickey, something's up with Mickey. And whether you're an alcoholic or whether you're depressed or whatever the situation is, you seem to be avoiding affect. You're going from one preoccupation to the next, so you don't have to have any real feelings. And this boyfriend, this guy that's in the Navy, is just the latest in your series of escapes.
All right, and let me make this observation. Drew, I know you'll agree. Even relationships that start good are difficult in the long haul.
Right.
Even relationships that are nothing but bliss for the first year, still, oftentimes there can be difficulty in the marriage down the road. When anybody I've ever known who's had a rocky relationship, on again, off again, got people getting into substances, people getting back with old this and that, and then getting back together, and then maybe there's a little violence or something, and they break up again, these really don't last.
Right.
I mean, you want to know what the future's going to look like? Just look back. See what the last year and a half was like.
Right.
Just because you make the commitment to marriage doesn't really change your personality or his personality.
No.
So if it's rocky, forget it. I think you should have a good, solid year of no waves, no tremors, no earthquakes, no tornadoes, no disasters. Just a nice, clean, smooth, good year of communication, and then... see about getting married.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to take this one, Drew.
There are at least 2 or 3 other people out there who are able to accomplish that.
Thank you. I know that's why I've never got married. Drew, I know modesty prevents you from talking to Judy, who's 20.
Hi.
But I want to talk to her.
Hi.
Hey, I heard last night that Drew was really upset because that girl hadn't been helped after listening to him for, 13 years or something?
I think it may have been 14, but...
yeah. Well, anyway.
Let me just recap for a second, Judy. A woman called in late last night, maybe about 11:30 or so. Started off by saying, I've been listening to the show since 1983. Which is when it went on here in Los Angeles. It was on, for people who don't know the history of the show, it went on, I'm the third host, by the way, and it went on in Los Angeles 14 years ago. It was only on Sunday night for many years and then went every night, but it never went national until right about the time I came on about a year and, 8 months ago or something like that. So for those of you who are sitting in, Minneapolis or D.C. or Chicago and wondering what the hell everyone's talking about, it has been a local show for many years. One I was not involved with, except for I used to listen and dream of one day meeting the great Dr. Drew.
Taking over the show.
And that too. And this girl called and she said, I've been listening for 14 years, and Drew was very excited, and then turned out to be crazy as a loon. And Drew was visibly shaken by the fact that someone who had been listening religiously since, 12, 13 years old, could grow up to be such a crackpot.
And my supportive co-host kept driving that nail deeper.
Well, I seized upon it as good radio, Drew.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So, Judy, you're here to say...
So I'm here to say that I've only been listening for a year, and I'm sorry, but that's how long we've been getting it for, I think. And I just wanted to say that I've been helped, and I appreciate your show, and it's been great entertainment and education for me.
Can you give a specific example of Drew touching your life? Or just your ass?
Of Drew touching my life.
Yeah, I mean, give us some, you know what I mean? Are you in a relationship?
Let's see. Oh, I was in one that was kind of abusive mentally. And I didn't know it, and I didn't know how to get out of it and what to do. And it was just like listening to you guys, like hearing other people going through the exact same thing I was going through was kind of cool, that I wasn't alone and that...
there you go.
That I could get through it.
That's how it's supposed to work.
You know what I'm saying?
You got out, though, yes?
Yeah, I got out of it.
And you haven't gotten in another one like that?
No. I've actually avoided two like that, which is kind of nice.
Drew Turner lesbian. Drew, you did a little too much. Back off.
Whatever it takes.
I haven't been monogamous, like no sex or anything and no relationships. You have to understand that. But I'm not a lesbian either.
Okay. All right, so your life has now become bliss because you hear Dr. Drew's velvety, soothing voice over the air.
You enlighten me.
All right, Judy.
Judy, thank you.
Thank you.
I feel better.
All right. Now, see, don't you feel
the
good?
Listeners are helping me now, see?
All right. Let's make that no mini theme tonight. Listeners, call in and tell us how Drew has touched your life. Justin.
We're bound to get at least one more.
Wait a minute. Justice.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi.
40. Yeah, what's your question?
This is for Dr. Drew.
Yes, ma'am.
In April, I went down to visit my boyfriend who is in Los Angeles County for a visit, and during the time I was down there, I had some problems with my heart. Back in 1981, I was diagnosed by a cardiologist with prolapsed mitral valve, and recently I've been having spells, and I've been pretty much controlling them by myself, but this one just came out of nowhere and it landed me, okay?
What did you have, extra beats or chest pain?
Yeah, they said that they diagnosed me where he was at with irregular heartbeat, and they wanted to put me in the hospital right away, but I had to catch a bus to come back home because I have two kids.
Let me ask you two quick questions. When you say went to visit your boyfriend in Los Angeles County,
yeah,
you don't mean jail, do you?
You mean county?
He's in Calipatria State Prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're smooth, baby.
I had him put there.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
That's wonderful. And let me ask you, we'll get to that in a second. Isn't it MVP,
mitral
valve prolapse,
MVP, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So anyway,
but it's interesting how the more fascinating part of this story is the boyfriend and why he's in jail.
Well, now how did you have him put in, and how do I get Drew in?
He was strung out on methamphetamine for a really long time.
Did he get violent?
Yeah. Yeah.
It eventually always happens with speed.
Yeah. I called you guys 2 years ago, and I asked for your advice, Dr. Drew, and so I took it, and I had him more or less arrested, and I made up a big old concocted lie that he had been hitting me, which he hadn't, but he did the night before. And I could have gotten really big trouble because they said that was a felony, making up a lie.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, but anyway, make a long story short, they gave him 4 years state prison time.
Yeah.
And right now that's where he's still sitting. He's due to be paroled in December.
Is he getting treatment?
Huh?
Is he getting treatment?
He went to a prison before they sent him to Calipatria in Norco, and he graduated from the drug program.
Good. Okay, good.
And he's like made a 180-degree turnabout.
If he really gets sober, he'll actually thank you for having put him through all this stuff, believe it or not.
I hope so.
After he's done beating the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Now, the mitral prolapse, again, all that is basically a redundancy or floppiness of the main intake valve into the left side of the heart, the left ventricle.
But,
and it has really no prognostic significance. It virtually cannot harm you.
Yeah, the doctor that originally diagnosed me, he had me taken off the medication and stuff after 5 years.
I would not take medication. Well, let me finish it. I would not take medication for mitral prolapse. The medications are more likely to hurt you than the prolapse.
Really?
Absolutely. It's just...
When I came back from L.A., the doctor that checked me out in the hospital here in Lodi told me that he had no business taking me off the medication, that prolapse mitral valve, you don't just get rid of it, you have it the rest of your life.
That's correct, but you should not be treated. In my opinion, you should essentially almost never take medication for mitral valve, females particularly. For men, it has a little bit of a different prognostic situation. For women, provided the valve isn't actually leaking and it's just prolapsing, it cannot hurt you in any way. It can create some uncomfortable side effects.
What's prolapse mean?
Ballooning out.
He said that mainly the valve shuts down and the blood...
No. Forget it. More women have it than don't have it.
Okay, my question...
If it really were significant, half the women in the world would drop dead.
Yeah. My question is...
There'd be a lot of corpse love going on, I'll tell you, in the first day or so, Drew.
Yeah, they took a bunch of tests, and now they're telling me, they gave me a medical paper that I have here at home, and it says that from the results of the test that they hear what's called a loud systolic click at the right apex.
Right, which is synonymous with a diagnosis of mitral valve prolapse.
Is that what it means?
You should settle that. You're not hearing me.
Okay.
For some reason, somebody got you worked up that this is going to hurt you in some way. It cannot.
Maybe you're working yourself up. Maybe you're glad to have a title.
Maybe the valve will leak someday, and maybe by the age of 70, you will have some kind of valve dysfunction that will be of significance to you. But the majority of time, it has absolutely no meaning whatsoever, except you should take the endocarditis prophylaxis before dental work. And that's
they had me on...
All right, listen.
You need to settle down about
this. This ain't Dr. Dean Adele's show.
Okay.
And Lord knows I wish it was, because I love that man.
Yeah, sexual-wise, being that I'm supposed to be at my sexual peak right now, I haven't had sex in like 2 years, okay?
That's good. Your husband's in the clink, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And what I want to know is, like, with this mitral valve prolapse, I seem to be getting like more tired, more fatigued and stuff.
Hold on. Can you not work because of it?
No, I can work, but they're telling me that I need to take it more easy now that I'm getting older.
Good. Everyone who's older should take it more easy.
Yeah. Like I said, it is almost true that more women have mitral valve prolapse than don't. If this were significant, all women that turn 40 would suddenly have to take it easy, and it's just not the case.
All right. Listen. Stop focusing on your ticker and worry about the kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
If anything, we're going to make her tired, it'd be the Medicaid. They usually give Tenormin for this.
All right, hold on. How many kids you have, Justice?
2.
How many kids?
2.
2. How old are they?
They're 14 and 15.
All right, take care of them.
Okay.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I will.
There's still time.
Okay.
And there's a probability at least one of them will have the addiction gene, so watch out for that.
I probably wasn't even that husband. Hey, are they kids of this guy?
Huh?
Are they both kids of the guys in jail?
No.
Okay. See, Drew? Drew, you're so naive.
It's true.
You assume that just because she has a husband and kids, that he must have sired them. I can tell. Listen, all I got to do is listen to someone's voice. I can tell who's been naughty and who's been nice. I'm St. Nick with a microphone. I'm your ultimate nightmare. Would that be St. Nick? Who can tell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve, 16.
Yeah, hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
First of all, I want to say, hey, you guys are pretty funny.
Hey, thank you.
All the time.
All righty, Steve-O.
The reason why I was calling, though, because, like, I got with my girlfriend, like, a month ago, right? And, like, I dumped her, like, just, like, last week because she played on me, right? And, like, now she wants to get back with me. I don't know what I should do.
All right, don't do it. Let's go to another call here. Robert, 14.
Hey, Drew.
Robert?
Oh, yeah, Adam. Yeah, my dad, I mean, like, when I was, like, young, he used to beat me. And And it was like ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry, calculus.
All right.
And I mean,
How old were you?
Now that my mom divorced him 3 years ago.
How old were you when that was happening?
I was about maybe 6 through 11.
Wow.
And I want to know if that is going to affect my relationship with a woman.
Yes.
It is probably going to. It almost has to.
But here's a good question, Drew. Hold on a second, Robert. Let me pose this hypothetical. As you know, you people who listen know, I hope you know by now, that women's relationships are oftentimes affected by daddy when they get older, and men's relationships are most certainly affected by mommy.
You seem to be very in tune with that aspect.
I understand psychology. As much as people like to pass me off as the boob who flanks Drew in his brilliant mind, I have great wisdom and insight. I just broke wind, too. The point is this. When the parent, the opposite parent, gender-wise, is the one that affects you. Now, daddy beating his son, I don't know what that does to the relationships with women. It doesn't help, but I mean, would it be worse to have a horrible mother in terms of relationships?
Probably.
I think it would.
Yeah, probably. But any physical abuse, as I said, I was reading an old textbook.
I think it affects the relationship you're going to have with your kids, and I think it affects the relationships you have with other males.
And with yourself.
Right,
how you feel about yourself.
Right.
But I was reading an old textbook about sexual deviancy and things like that, and at the end of this textbook, this guy goes on a sort of editorial commentary about how really all this stuff comes out of kids being abused in some fashion, particularly physical abuse. And his comment was, when will society learn that this is just what happens when kids are abused? They act it out in peculiar ways later. So there's apt to be some repercussion in their sexual expressions, too.
That's quite a coincidence, because I was out in the garage today thumbing through a 60s magazine called Frisky, and although there were no words, I still felt some connection to what you're saying, Drew.
Yeah.
All right. We got to get new writers for the show. So, Robert, you're fine, except for you need some therapy and don't have kids. Thank you.
Just be tuned into how it affects you. And watch it whenever things seem to be hostile, angry, aggressive kinds of impulses will come out of those sorts of treatments. All right, next. Monica, 16. She cheated on her boyfriend. Should she tell him he'll dump her? Class.
We were going to help you. Yeah, we were. But you don't need our help. No, you don't. You have LoveLine, and you're a bunch of sickos.
This is Mission Control. LoveLine will be right back.
Oh, yeah, right there. It's LoveLine. On WEBN.
Hi, this is Mike Ness from Social Distortion, and you're enduring the LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Drew, you never stop being a doctor, do you?
Try not to. Not for too long.
Drew just phoning in a prescription. All right, I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Wednesday night, The Offspring will be in here, but now it is all about you. Drew, you ready to go back to the phones? Monica, 16.
Hello.
Hey.
I have a problem with my relationship right now. I've been with this guy for about 4.5, almost 5 months, and I cheated on him a couple weeks ago, and I've been feeling really guilty, and I'm afraid to tell him because I know that he'll end it. So I don't know if I should tell him and be honest.
Why did you cheat?
Huh?
Why did you cheat?
Hold on. I want to work this. I'll tell you, I've learned a lot from speaking to the youth of America. The defense is the one that I'm most smitten with. And I really would like to see this worked into the courtroom. if at all possible. You know, they have the court TV and they televise all the big trials now. You know, Timothy McVeigh could be up on the stand and they could say, Timothy, did you not, in fact, load the rental van with 3,000 metric tons of manure and then park it in front of the federal building knowing you would kill innocent people? Huh?
Right.
Every time we ask someone a question they don't want to answer, they always answer with, huh?
Yeah. Or they repeat the question. Why did I leave him?
Why did you leave him?
Why did I leave him?
Huh? As if Drew and I are going to spot something shiny in the studio and become distracted. Hey, Drew, over there. All righty. So anyway, you know, just make nice. I don't remember what the question was.
Why did you cheat?
Huh? Monica?
Yeah.
All right, I want you to repeat this.
Okay.
Why did you cheat?
Because,
See, when you ask them to do something, then they won't do it. That's beautiful.
no, it was a really stupid reason. As at the time, I wasn't sure how I felt about him because we'd been fighting for a long time. So all my friends told me just to cheat on him, and then I know how I felt.
Fascinating advice.
Right. Hey, Drew. You ever stepped on, no, knock it off. You ever stepped on dog duty with bare feet?
No.
No. Yeah, but, so you don't know that?
No, I don't.
You don't? Well, you better take your shoes off and go running through the doggy park.
And then to really know whether I like it, I'll have to step on something else. Cat poo or something.
Right, you have to compare it.
Right.
All right, Monica.
Yeah.
Boy, you're tired of us already, aren't you?
No.
Okay, how old is he?
He's my age. He's 15 too, but he's almost 16.
Mm-hmm. You fooled around with someone he knew?
No, he didn't know him because he was to a different school.
How is this relationship going?
It was great. I mean,
Wait.
right, go.
How's he treat you?
good.
Very well, right?
Yes. And we
Hang on.
communicate so good.
I bet. How have your other relationships been?
Good.
Really? Like this one?
No,
Oh. How have the other ones been?
they've been good. It's just a week ago. I don't know.
Hang on a second. What typically happens in your relationships?
Well, usually they all go pretty good until
Until?
the end, of course. Like, the last month is just kind of not even, it might as well not even be a relationship because it's just screwed. And then one of us ends up dumping it.
And what happens at the point at which it becomes screwed?
I don't know.
What is it like then? What are your inner?
Stop talking.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to talk about anymore. We just...
All right, let me I'll get to what Drew's been trying to get at. Okay. You are doing, in Drew's mind at least, what a lot of people do in relationships, which is you sabotage them when they're going too well. You cannot tolerate too well.
If it's too good, no.
It
That's uncomfortable.
becomes frightening.
It's uncomfortable.
You see what we're saying?
Yeah.
Listen, people aren't as... here's what I want to say. What do you think of this,
Polar bears.
Everybody? All right, thank you, Drew, but that's not what I was going to say. Now you've confused everyone. People are more calculated than they think. Much more calculated. They might not be in touch with that, but your mind is very calculating. And your mind will steer you. These things where we had a couple of drinks, one thing led to another, I don't know what came over me, is in reality a calculated move by your mind. Mm-hmm. Why? Because you are too close in a relationship and you must sabotage it somehow. And your mind, there's a part of your mind that knows more about you than you do, and it will go on autopilot. Mm-hmm. Is this right, Drew?
Yeah, that's basically
And
right.
will steer you into the arms of another man, or will steer you into some sort of horrible situation or alcohol or abuse or whatever it is, because it has a plan for you that you're not even aware of.
So should I tell him?
I know there are people who are listening who are appreciating this, Drew. God is my witness. I have to believe that.
Somebody else, but not Monica.
All right, but Monica, here's what we're saying. There's a big part of you that you're not in touch with that wants to sabotage this relationship. Otherwise, there's no way you're going to fool around on a guy that you're really smitten with. Do you understand? Now, you can tell him, and he's probably going to dump you, and then you'll get what you set out to do. This is what you wanted. You wanted to end the relationship, or you wouldn't have fooled around with a guy you were so in love with after only 4 months. You understand?
Yeah,
You know what we're saying?
I do.
All right. And where's your dad?
My parents are divorced.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't live with me.
Do you have any kind of relationship with him?
Do I what?
Have any kind of relationship with him?
Yeah, I see him all the time. We're still really close, and my parents are still friends. They just can't be married.
Okay. Don't tell your boyfriend, and don't act out.
Okay.
Well, she's disappointed.
I know. Because she wants the confrontation.
Yeah.
She wants the thrill.
The chaos.
The chaos. Here's what I want you to do,
that's
Monica.
really what's missing for her in the relationship.
If you're sincerely in love with this guy and you cherish the relationship, which we don't think you do, or you wouldn't have screwed around, I want you to, all right, you feel guilty. I never believe that. I don't believe it. People who would feel guilty don't go out and do it.
Right, or would hide it.
All right. What's that mean?
You feel too
All
guilty
right.
to express.
All right, Monica, here's my other breakthrough thing.
Okay.
This goes out to all people who have cheated once on their boyfriend and or girlfriend, wife, or husband. Take all that guilt and use that, instead of going to the person and relieving yourself, make the solemn promise with yourself that you will never, ever do this again, and that should alleviate you of this guilt. There you go. You know you'll never, ever do it again in your heart of hearts. And then just be good to him. Not too good, he'll get suspicious. Yeah, Monica was a little perturbed about disappointed about not being able to get in there and mix it up. A lot of people like that in a relationship. They like a little
chaos. I was thinking the other day, you know, our parents rear us for a job in relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're raised to be a certain person in that family. And that's the person that you are in your relationships from then on, because that's who you are. That's all you know how to be in relationships.
Yeah. Although I don't think I got reared.
Yeah, but whatever elements that were there in that relationship with your parents, still the clinging and all that stuff that you used to do. I mean, that was it. Right? Clinging, try to get back to those things that you
but your
you
parents
never got.
don't rear you for it intentionally.
Oh, no. It's just you fit with their pathology.
Yes, okay. Robbie, 20.
How you guys
I'm
doing?
just wondering what I'm doing to my kids.
We're running a pretty heady show tonight. You're not there enough to do any rearing, Drew.
You are a big a-hole.
You cannot get your whole rear into your family's life. You get like one cheek in.
Go to commercials.
Hey, Drew, it's good. We all know that you may not be the greatest role model in relationships. Sure, you talk a good story, but come on, you don't come from a perfect family. Maybe it's good. Maybe the nanny has less issues than you. You ever think about that? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get myself an au pair with no issues and big jugs. All right. Hey, Robbie.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, good. Hey, we got to go to a break.
Okay, sure, no problem.
All right. Your question is, you want to know how you can ask your parents if the girlfriend can move in with you.
Sure is, yeah.
And you're living at home?
Uh-huh.
All right, this is meaty. Hold on. All right, don't hang up on him, ladies. We'll be back with Robbie and his question after this.
Here's LoveLine before deworming. Here's LoveLine after getting fixed. Here's LoveLine chewing out its stitches. Here's LoveLine dragging its butt across the carpet. Bad LoveLine. Bad LoveLine.
LoveLine has been bad, and we'll be right back.
Man turns animal for the erotic pleasures of women.
It's LoveLine.
WEBN.
Hi, this is Ken, Chris,
and Jay
from the Squirrel Nut Zippers, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
All right. Yeah, thanks. Is my mic on?
Nope.
No. All right. All right. LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. All right, Drew, we were just talking about carnival rides.
Yeah.
A second ago. And Drew wanted to know about the zipper.
I want to know if my kids can go on these rides.
No.
All right.
Not if you're any kind of parent.
All right.
The children of crack mothers can go on these things. Let me draw you the zipper here. The zipper is something that's hot dog shaped, It then has a pivot point in the middle of the hot dog, which goes down to a allegedly fixed point on the ground.
All right.
This thing rotates the hot dog around the thing as if it was a propeller,
Right.
spinning around. What then rotates along that is a chain.
A belt, okay.
A belt. And on top of that are cars that have a pivot point or little
And they
booths.
spin around.
And they spin as this thing spins, as that thing spins.
Right.
And the beauty of these things, what I was saying to Drew, is why these things are 100 times scarier than any big-time multi-million-dollar Six Flags amusement park type ride, is there is a real serious malfunction danger in these things. I mean, these things were welded together by guys that were high on meth in a 12-pack 27 years ago. Have spent a lot. They get stored like by the beach where the salt water gets to them.
And then they cart them back in the Midwest during the winter.
They're mounted on a truck, which means if there's any difficulty, the guy's right out of there. And, the guy who's running the thing has that silvery colored hair in the he looks like the guys who run the thing, they're transient guys. They're sort of like what Bill Bixby was in the Hulk, or David Carradine was in Kung Fu, or the Camel Man. They're going from town to town, looking for some trim and adventure. They're wearing like an orange jumpsuit with no shirt under it, but it's unzipped down to the navel, and the guy's smoking one of those long Moore cigarettes, and got one eye on the controls and the other eye on some skirt that's going the other direction. A weld joint could break at any second. A cotter pin could come flying out, and you would just be trapped between scrap metal.
Nice.
All right, so I don't participate in those.
All right, I'm with you now.
Robbie, 20.
Adam, Dr. Drew, how you doing?
Good.
First of all, I got to give you guys props. You guys are just excellent.
Thank you. Props is good, right, Drew?
The bomb.
Oh, the bomb, yes.
Yeah, Adam, you're my hero.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you get to make fun of people and save mankind at the same time. That's great.
I save the youth of America through a steady diet of ridicule.
Yeah, I think it's just constructive criticism. It's the greatest.
Thank you. All right, so Robbie, you're 20. You live at home.
Yep.
And you'd like your girlfriend to move in with you.
Yes.
In your folks' room, or no?
No, well, we're going to get a new house, and it's got like 4 bedrooms, and it's just me, my mom, and my dad. And
you mean you want to offer her a room because you have so much extra space there?
No. She's graduating from high school, and I want her to come out here, go to school with me, college, and I want to confront my parents and ask them to see if they'd be okay.
And be in your room with you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long? How long have you gone out with her?
4 years.
I just moved out here from Hawaii.
Did he say that?
I'm just guessing.
Drew, would you stop at the speculation? How long have you gone out with her?
I went out with her for 3 months before I moved out here.
Oh, okay.
But I worked with her for about 4 months.
Right. Check the migration calendar of the LoveLine listeners. You got out in, it looked like fall 96. So you guys have been together 18 months?
Yeah, we've been having a long phone relationship.
What kind of hell do we know when you moved, Robbie? That's the question.
I moved from Hawaii to here in November.
Okay. Where's here?
I live in Reddings.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me, Redlands.
Oh. All right. I don't even know there's a difference, but all right. You moved there from Hawaii?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't get enough sun sand and beautiful women?
No, I was just growing up. I went out to school, got a better job.
Okay.
All
right, so now you're out in Redlands?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been together with her for how long then?
Since August of last year.
It's going to take well into the 11 o'clock hour for me to calculate that. August of last year.
Anyway, about a year.
All right, just start giving me a year. Okay.
A year, but only like 3 months.
All right.
All right.
And your parents know about this relationship, and it's a serious relationship.
Yes.
And she is 18?
She's 17.
And how serious is this for her?
She really wants to come out here.
Where are her folks?
She lives with her folks in Hawaii.
Oh, I see.
She doesn't have that great of a home life, and that kind of...
What's the deal there?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
She had an alcoholic father, divorced parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, this whole thing what's the feeling you get from this?
It feels like she's trying to get the hell out of where she is.
But how about the feeling you get from him? Anything? You get any kind of vibe?
He's a little sketchy for a 20-year-old. I mean, the whole date thing I don't know why I'm perturbed by the whole date thing.
What do you mean?
I hate it when people assume I know what the hell's going on. We've been together 3 months since I moved.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But to me, this first again, this sort of clingy, uncomfortable feeling I got. I mean, that was too much.
He's 20. He's 19. He met a chick when she was in a junior in high school.
And you're gonna cart her out and move her with your parents, and it's just too much.
He wants to be with her.
I understand, but it just
what are the alternatives?
Right. And it doesn't surprise me that she would be going along with this as an escape route. But I suspect she will act out.
Where does she want to go to college?
I'd like her to go to school with me. And she wants to do that as well.
Right.
Let me turn the tables. Let me ask.
For show and tell or actually enroll?
To enroll, yeah.
Where does she want to go to college?
She'd like to go out to Davis.
Uh-huh.
That's not where you live, though, is it?
No, but it's still California, around the general area.
But who cares? If you're a few hundred miles apart, then it's ruined.
Yeah.
All right. Robbie.
I don't know how long we can do the thing where she's over there and I'm over here. And
what kind of grades does she pull?
Semi-average grade.
No, okay. She's not coming to Davis then.
No.
UC Davis is not an easy school to get into.
Start off in community college, work her way up.
Right.
I'd help her out.
Right. She would learn to love you.
But Rob, you're gonna
have her feet bound too.
Right. It's like you're gonna rescue her and breed her. It's the.
I'd like to get on that list, Robbie. If you are putting her out to stud. All right. So, Robbie, here's your plan. Here's your deceptive plan.
Yeah.
First off, she's not going to come out to go to college. She's going to come out to work at an Arby's and go to junior college for the rest of her life.
Under his,
she doesn't get good grades. Her family's to hell. She's probably a good 5 years away from getting into a place like UC Davis, right?
Right.
Realistically, you're gonna have.
She's from out of state, so she have to pay the full fee too.
You're gonna have this out of state person dumped in your lap with more baggage than what's coming off that TWA flight. I can guarantee you that. And why are you so desperate?
Oh. I feel like she was my best friend. I left a lot of good friends out there. It was kind of a culture shock. I was out there for 10 years.
Right. So you're clinging to that, and you're trying to bring up.
Yeah.
You got to establish a life out here. I mean, if you're out here and this is where your new home is, you've got to disconnect, and as painful as that is, complete that loss.
Where are your parents? Let me talk to them, Robbie.
They're asleep.
All right. They're never going to go for this cockamamie story. Don't you?
I was thinking I'd pay rent. It'd be like
I know. There's a lot of hypotheticals here. You'll pay some rent even though you don't have a job right now.
No, I do have a job.
Well, why are you living at home then?
They help me out with school. They said as long as I'm going to school, they'll help me out.
All right. What job do you have?
I work in retail sales.
You work like 8 hours a week, or?
No, I work close to 36 to 40.
Really?
And I go to school full time. Yeah.
How do you go to school full time and work full time?
I never sleep.
Okay. All right, then if you work full-time, here's what you do. All right, here's your plan, Robbie. And first off, if you want a little piece of Hawaii, just go get a new girlfriend and buy a can of macadamia nuts at the store. But
I hear Don Ho's available this week.
Here's a little inside comedy there. Robbie, okay, here's what you have to do.
Yeah.
All right, if you're serious. Now, because here's the deal, Robbie. You got a lot of plans. You're going to think she's going to come out. Maybe she's going to go to college. You're going to pay some rent. It's all hypothetical. Here's what you need to do. You're working full-time. Get a place. Tell your folks, listen, continue paying for me in college. That's great. I'm working full-time. I'm going to get myself a nice little one-bedroom apartment here in Redlands, and I'm going to move her into that. Now, if you are committed enough to go out, find a place, pay a few months' rent, first, last, utilities, and all that, set up on your own, then you're committed enough to take her in. And you're not burdening your parents.
Right.
Thank you. And it means you're serious. See, a lot of people have...
but mature enough, too, to make those sorts of decisions.
Right. A lot of people have plans that sound very lofty, but they're not even... But they're still living at home.
They're unrealistic, yeah.
Totally unrealistic.
Fantasy, yeah.
That's right. All right? Don't work on your parents. Work on yourself. What is it? Weird name night?
Japheth?
Japheth. Oh, it's the name where you... Charlton Heston would sound gay saying Japheth.
Japheth.
All right. Listen, Japheth and Japheth, the same name.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to say that I really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Thank you. Say your name one more time.
Japheth.
This is. Did your parents name you Japheth?
Yes.
All right, I'm sure you've been getting crap for your entire life.
Yeah, I know. They always.
Hey, here's the thing. It's like you have three choices when you announce your name as Japheth. People assume you're gay, you're drunk, or you have some sort of speech impediment. Do people say to you all the time, you mean Jason?
They think I have like a hair lisp or something. I don't know.
Right. You sound like Cindy Brady during that episode. You just cannot say Japheth with any dignity at all. All right, well, change your name. But besides that, Japheth, what's your question?
I've been going out with this girlfriend for about 3 months now, and we had unprotected sex, and she had a pregnancy test, and she tested positive.
Oh my God, it's a Krypheth.
But the thing is, I just found out like the day before she had it that she fooled around with like one of my best friends, and they had unprotected sex. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, what do you want to do about it?
If she's pregnant for me, or
is she going to have the child?
Huh?
Is she going to have the child?
I don't know yet. We haven't really talked about it at all.
Well, you need to talk about that first.
I'm still wondering if she's pregnant for me or from him.
Well, you will not know until the child is born.
That's true.
So she needs to decide what she's going to do with the pregnancy. You need to decide what you're going to do, whether or not the child is yours.
She had, all right, so she had sex with his friend.
Yeah.
Him.
And now she's
It's just one time?
No, a couple times, I guess, it turns out.
Mm-hmm. And unprotected sex with you?
Yep.
And unprotected sex with, was this your best friend?
Oh, he was a friend for a long time.
Oh,
best friend.
Jesus Christ. That's horrible. I don't trust this woman, Japheth.
Of course.
I know. I don't want to overstate the obvious, but I mean, are you trying to get out of this relationship?
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's been a great 3 months and everything.
Oh, well, sure. Spectacular.
This whole thing just threw me off. I don't know what to do.
Well, it's reality, and it's what she's about, and you're in for a lot of discomfort ahead, particularly if you commit yourself to this relationship. But if she has the child, and if it is yours,
if it's mine, I'm going to take care of it. I'm not going to let her.
So be it. You think you both ought to think about adoption? I really think
I think you both ought to think about getting someone to adopt to you guys. That's the real angle, Drew.
Yeah.
All right, Japheth, listen to me.
All right.
Please, I'm a sage. You'll look that up and you'll realize it is I. This girl has issues. We don't have time to get into the issues she has. She has trouble. I don't know where she came from or what her past is, but I'm guessing it's not a steady one.
Well, she got kicked out.
All right.
She's 19.
Okay.
Right, whatever.
Okay. You're in for a long road to hoe. I guarantee you that. I would wash my hands with this girl, and if it is in fact your child, then you take care of your child.
And hope she gives it up for adoption, frankly, because neither of you are worthy parents. And I don't mean that you're not worthy people, but you're not at a point in your life where parenting is likely to be effective.
All right, and I know we're late, but look, here's the deal, all you idiots in society who are listening to the show, and mainly for the good folks that aren't listening to the show. You're not qualified to be a parent. That's an all right concept. You tell somebody who wants to fly a DC-10 filled with Japanese tourists, hey, you can't fly that. You've never flown a plane. You're 18 and you're drunk. You're not qualified. You're not qualified to be a computer technician if you don't know how to work a computer. You're not qualified to do many, many things in this life. Why is this one not at the top of the list? Why are people so offended when you tell like an 18-year-old, hey, you can't do that. You're not qualified. You don't know what you're doing. Oh, that's a serious affront. It's the greatest right of all, and you're taking it away from them. If you cannot be qualified in one thing, this is the thing you can't be qualified in. I'd rather have a guy working heavy machinery who didn't know what he was doing than raising a kid.
Absolutely. Amen.
Amen? One more?
Amen.
All right.
Bernie, the world's fastest drummer for LoveLine. Too high. When I'm not drumming, up a storm. What was the rest of it? LoveLine will be right back. If it's not, sue me or something.
We're not keeping you up, are we?
I'm pitching a tent.
Oh, that's good. It's LoveLine.
WEBN.
All righty, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla as Dr. Drew, and we'll be back in 10 seconds.
Yep.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station.
WEBN Cincinnati.
All right, this is a show we call LoveLine. Adam and Drew the board-certified one. The Offspring will be in here on Wednesday, and Radiohead, who was going to be in here on Thursday, will not be in here on Thursday because of an appointment that they had. So it's amazing what people can do at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But they got some kind of big photo shoot
or what
for
they
something.
say that they're doing.
What
at
they say
10 o'clock.
It was interesting to run into Jan Michael. Excuse me.
Jan Michael. Anthony Michael
Hall. Excuse me.
Drew. All right. We had Anthony Michael Hall. I think a really funny comedic actor, did all this John Hughes movies.
Nice guy too,
and a real nice guy. We had him on the TV show some months back. We invited him to come on the radio and booked him.
He gladly confirmed.
Accepted. Very cordial guy. Very approachable. Very likable. Never showed up. Not only did he not show up here on LoveLine, but we never got a phone call from the publicist or anything, did we?
All those people claimed he disappeared from life. He vanished off the planet, right?
Yeah, he got caught in Mexico.
Yeah, but that's not what they told us.
Yeah, remember he got caught behind the border and they wouldn't let him across?
I don't know. We hear, and whatever happened with Natalia Segluti?
I don't know. I think she had a shipwreck.
It is so weird, the multitude of reasons why people don't end up doing this show, and it's never anything good. And please, or sometimes it is, but in Tyra Banks' case, she came in here, she had a vomit bag on her knee. God bless her. And like I was saying that night, no sympathy for supermodels when you're sick. I was still just eyeballing her. She didn't have her pants buttoned because she was so ill. She couldn't, the extra pressure on the belly would have been,
that was a purely
too much.
sexual thing for you.
I still, you can only look so bad when you're a supermodel. So when supermodels get sick, it's like you're faking. But the point is this: people have lots of reasons why they don't come on. And you spoke to
Michael.
Where, at the MTV thing?
Right.
And what happened?
Oh, it was so apologetic, and he just was trying to make any attempt to come up here. I mean, whenever we wanted him, he said, "Come up." I gave Ann the card.
Well, we'll give him. Listen, it's all in the attitude. First off, if anyone wants to apologize, I'm always willing to forgive.
Yeah.
And secondly, you can F up once, you just can't F up twice.
Would you even take an apology from Alexander Paul?
No. Oh, and let me tell you what happened with Alexander Paul, by the way. Ann, you're shaking your head as if you know something. I know something. You know something? All right, Alexander Paul, who was on Baywatch, although I swear to God, half that cast has died 4 years ago in a plane crash, and they're still on every night. Right. Nobody leaves Baywatch. It's the Roach Motel of actors. Roaches go in, they don't come out. We've talked to, it seems like 6 people that have been on Baywatch who, when we interview them, say, "Oh, no, I haven't been on in a season and a half." Right. Yet, I go home that night, there they are. Alexander Paul has never missed an episode of Baywatch, even though she's been off the show for 3.5 years. That's the beauty of this show. The day I'm off this show, I'll be off a day before I leave.
We'll make sure of it.
And Hardwick will be, you hear like Hardwick's voice dubbed in here.
He was eyeing you a little bit the other night, too.
Hey, she put a curse on me. I could see him.
Yes, he was kind of disturbed that you were in one piece.
Well, let me tell you something. Hardwick sits in for me whenever I'm out, but I'm never out because I don't let the competition get even a foot in the door. I don't leave it open a crack. That's how I am, Drew.
Yeah.
You know no one can touch you. My talent is marginal. All right, no, I'm kidding. We all know I'm a genius. But here's the deal. What the hell are we talking about?
Alexander Paul.
Alexander Paul. All right, so here's what's going on, Ann. And
Well,
the girls are gonna kick
recap
out.
what had happened.
Okay. Alexander Paul from Baywatch, the short brunette girl.
Who's
woman
I've known her
from
for
Baywatch.
years,
Yeah,
been a
I'm
friend
sure
of the
she's
show
fabulous.
for a long time.
I'm sure she is. She was due to come on the show about a month and a half ago. The night or the day before she was, the afternoon she was supposed to come on, her publicist called and said Alexandra will not be coming on the show because Alexandra has to jog in the morning. And you know how that is. You got to put on tennis shoes and sometimes even pull the pants up and actually go outside and do a few laps around the block. It's very time-consuming. It's emotionally taxing. And there's no way you could sit and talk into a microphone the evening before you went out and jogged the following morning. Am I right, Drew?
Well, no way.
Yeah. You don't do anything in the morning, do you, Drew?
Of course not.
What time do you get up? Noon?
6:30.
Oh, 6:30? That's unbelievable. All right. So she would not, and I went on a tirade. And my tirade was the following. Mostly launched not at Alexander Paul, who I've never met, but at the publicist, whose job it is to get in between the celebrity and people like producer Ann and lay out a lovely smoke screen of BS. Not smoke, a crap screen. Alexandra's a big fan of the show. She loves Dr. Drew. She listens religiously. Unfortunately, because of personal reasons, and I really can't say what's going on, cannot be on the show tomorrow. She's very apologetic. She wanted me to know how much she loves the show and would love to come on at any other time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's your job as a publicist. She's got to jog in the morning, so she'll not be coming on. So I went on a tirade. A friend of mine who lives in, he's going to get pissed. I think the guy lives in Denver or Tucson or something like that. He's a friend of the show. He's come down here a couple of times, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he works for UA.
Right.
He tapes the show. He tapes the show at night and he listens to it on the ride in to work in the morning. He was listening to the show with a buddy of his in the car who's Alexander Paul's like best friend from high school and still talks to her on a real regular basis. This guy sat in the car and listened to my whole tirade, pulled the tape out and sent it to Alexander Paul. Yes. So that's what's going on.
And then what happened?
I didn't hear the rest of this. That's as far as
that's when it gets good.
That's as far as it got.
Oh, there's more? Do you know?
Well, it's got to be getting good.
Well, you will more to be revealed as this unfolds, I'm sure.
Well, we have nothing to be ashamed of, Drew. And then, like I said, the tirade was more launched at Alexander Paul's publicist than it was at Alexandra. Well, if you don't want to come on, I don't have a problem with that. But let me tell you something. You should be honored to come on this show, for Christ's sake. Oh, all right. Where were we, Drew? Coco, 29.
Hi, guys.
It is a strange name night on LoveLine.
Yeah, well, at least it's better than Jason.
J5th. It's Getheth.
Okay.
It's like Truman Capote's drunk. J5th.
Thanks for the correction.
What's going on?
Who was that? Claudius or something who spoke like one of these Greeks spoke like that. All right, sorry, Coco.
That's okay. Okay. I recently moved like 6 weeks ago to Los Angeles. And my parents are kind of concerned because I don't seem really interested in like going out and meeting people and making friends because I know no one here. I moved here.
Are your parents with you here?
No, they're back home.
Where's home?
Well, they're in New Jersey. It's technically not home. We moved around like a lot.
Where's home for you?
Don't really have one.
Is it military life or something?
No, well, my parents' jobs just kept us going. We lived in Boston, New Jersey, New York. I've been in Chicago, Houston, and now I'm here in Los Angeles.
But you're here by yourself now?
Uh-huh.
What do you do for a living?
I work for a large telecommunications company.
And that's why you're here?
Uh-huh.
So the job brought you out here?
Yeah, well, I worked for them in Chicago and Houston, and now I work for them here in L.A.
Was this you were brought here because of employment, or did you choose to come out here?
Well, they shut down the division I was in Houston, so I was basically out of work in Houston, and I wanted to stay with the company, so...
All right.
And this opened
So you're not out meeting people? Is that what's going on?
Basically.
How long you been here?
6 weeks
What city do you live in?
in Los Angeles.
Where in Los
Nobody
Angeles?
lives in Los Angeles.
Oh, sorry. In West Hollywood.
Oh. Well, why don't you come on down and visit us tonight? Come on. Come on down here. We'll show you some loving.
Oh, God.
Come on. I'm going to a gay bar with Engineer Mike after the show. Come on. Come down here.
You're kidding, right?
No, come on. Come down. We'll tell you about it.
How will we know it's Coco if 12 Coco show up at the back
This will
door?
be the new family.
Oh, well, I have a Texas driver's license. How does that sound?
All right.
All right, and we'll give you directions. Hold on.
All right.
Okay.
All right. What are you wearing? All right. Go ahead and take 5 minutes and clean up a little.
Okay.
Okay. Put on a little, little cologne or perfume or some rouge. I just say that for Ann because she can't stand that word. All right. Clean yourself up and come on down.
Okay.
All right, Coco.
Thanks.
See you in a few minutes.
All right. Bring heroin.
No, thank you.
All right. Well, we'll put you on hold.
Okay.
All right. All right, you see how we work here on LoveLine? People, they're transplanted, they're out, they don't have friends, they don't have a place to hang out, they haven't met any new people. You come on down, you hang with us. Just one of you. And we'll do it once a year. Other than that, we're wide open. Am I right, Drew?
Yeah, you're wide open, Adam.
All right. Myra.
Hello?
And the list of names goes on. 19.
Hi, I had a question for Dr. Drew.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard that if after you come, if you don't go to the bathroom, you can get an infection.
Has nothing to do with orgasm. It has everything to do with just the fact that if you've been having intercourse, it can force bacteria up into the bladder. And if you evacuate the bladder, maybe that will reduce the risk of that setting up into an infection.
Okay, and technically when they say come, that means just having an orgasm?
Yes, that's what that means. But that has nothing to do with this potential for urinary infection.
But wait a minute.
Yes.
When a guy has an orgasm, it's a physiological event.
Yes.
I mean, there's actually something propelled from the end of the penis.
Yes.
If all goes well. Is there more of is there more necessity for a male to urinate after he ejaculates than when a woman has an orgasm?
No. There's probably more for a woman.
Because women are prone to having these infections?
Yeah. And it has nothing to do with orgasm. Nothing.
Okay.
It has everything to do with just the fact that people are having genital intercourse. That's what increases.
Yeah, because you're getting stuff pushed back in you.
Yes. That's it. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. They used to suggest that people do that as a way of avoiding sexually transmitted diseases, as somehow that would flush out the urogenital tract.
Oh.
Probably doesn't do a hell of a lot of anything.
What about like douching or something?
No.
Why not?
That would do nothing for STDs.
Why can't they come up with something that has a little higher octane in it than, let's say, I mean, let's forget about all this stuff that smells like orchids or, hickory or whatever the hell they're using in douche these days. Let's get some good...
daisies, isn't it?
Hickory?
Daisies.
I don't know, but I'll tell you, I like hickory.
You want a hickory vagina?
Well, I think I'd like anything I'd like. You know what I mean? I mean, I love barbecue. I like beer. I like pretzels.
Want to smell like some beef ribs?
I'd go with like jerky. Here's what I'm saying: you women douche.
Jerky or beef jerky?
It's all jerky to me. you women theoretically douche so as not to offend a man. Am I right, Drew? Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Why not, instead of not offending him, why don't you entice him? If a guy's walking around, you're on a date. Hey, I smell an open pit.
I thought men like pumpkin pie, so you'd want to
okay, that'd be it.
Like a hot apple pie or pumpkin pie.
That would be it. The cast of the Golden Girls could come in here, and if I smelt that pumpkin coming from the crotch, I would dive in like Greg Louganis. Except for not like a straight.
Just look like him.
I would head in that way. Thank you. All right, there's something. And you're right. No one wants hickory douche,
right,
but
baby.
pumpkin douche. Now you got to sell her.
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah, pumpkin pie. Yeah,
Right. Not just
especially
pumpkin.
around the holidays. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, people walking into the apartment.
What's that?
You baking? Kinda.
And maybe, Adam, maybe there's a new opportunity here for scented talcum powders for you.
Oh, yes. True. Yeah, what do women like? What's money smell like? I could get some money-scented talc and dump that down my shorts.
They never buy it.
All right, Dan doesn't like that. Bill.
Not on you, anyway.
Yes.
31.
Sorry.
That guy's crotch smells like a roll of nickels.
What?
All right.
You had me cracking up. Sorry.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
Oh. Yes, I'm 31. I'm a marijuana addict. And
cool.
As I listen to Dr. Drew, you say that I can't go on this way forever.
No. There will be consequences.
God bless the marijuana addict, though, Drew. You should not be dissuading them to put down the hookah pipe, and I'll tell you why. Normally, the demographic on this show is, 13 to 22. But the marijuana addict goes well into the 40s with the LoveLine.
That's true.
Usually, they get bored. Most people, they get bored in their late 20s, and they move on to more, higher brow type programming. But the marijuana addicts, they're well into their 30s
You know what
and
that is?
still loving the show.
You don't have any idea what that is?
Arrested state of emotional development.
Thank you very much.
Oh, really?
Which is what chronic use of substances does.
All right, Bill.
Excellent.
It tends to. People may have a life together, although marijuana addicts typically start to have trouble functioning at work. Typically. And typically have mood disturbances and memory problems. But a significant issue for most marijuana addicts is that they begin using in their teens usually, and they actually blunts the ability of the emotional part of the brain to develop. Anyway, what's going on?
Well, I just started about 18.
Okay.
That would be teen.
Yeah. And, I got everything going on pretty good. I got a good job, do a good job there. Got the house, got the family, got everything going.
Mm-hmm. Where do you work?
I'm a production supervisor.
Mm-hmm. And you make a good living?
Yeah.
And you bought your own house? You didn't wait for someone to die in the family?
Right, exactly.
And you have you have kids?
One.
And you're treating the kid well?
Yeah, he's doing good.
How's the wife with the pot smoking?
She deals with it.
Right, but she's not a big fan of it.
Not really. But she knows, that...
Do you think it's possible for you to moderate?
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do?
As addicts go, I probably don't smoke very much.
How much do you smoke?
Maybe a half a gram a day.
Mm-hmm. How much is a half a gram of pot these days? I mean, not money-wise, but was that a joint?
Yeah, probably one good-sized one.
That's a lot, Bill. That's a lot.
Well, it is for you, Drew.
No, that's a lot for daily use over years.
Let me tell you, and here's the thing I can't figure out about.
It's not huge, but it's a lot.
All right, but here's my thing with pot. I smoke pot less and less as I get older, and I can't really tolerate it anymore because it kind of weirds me out. I get too tired. I'm kind of interested in clear-headed function these days.
Imagine that.
I can't properly nap or masturbate with a foggy mind. I don't think it's fair to myself. I like to really hone in on that pornography. You know what I'm saying, Drew? It's not fair to the actors who are giving it their all.
Oh, okay.
All right. No, the situation with me is I probably smoke pot I'm going to go I don't know, over the last year, I'd say I smoked pot twice or 3 times maybe.
Yeah.
And
that's not addiction.
Right, but here's what I'm saying. I cannot pop a bong load. It's too much for me. If I have just the smoke that was left in the bong from the guy who smoked it before me, I am high as a kite the entire day.
That's right.
And the thing I can't figure out with people that smoke 5 bong loads is, aren't you sufficiently high, Bill, if it's good weed? Aren't you high after 1 bong load?
Well, yeah, and I stop.
Okay, so why can't you have 1 bong load when you get home from work at 7:30 at night and be high the rest of the evening? I know it's a stupid question. It's like asking an alcoholic, why can't you just have a beer?
Yeah, there's some resistance to the...
It'll probably be about 2. I don't do bongs, but...
All right. You got to go to the bong, Bill.
No.
Anyway,
you got water spilling everywhere.
All right, so Bill, what can we do to help
That's
you?
true. They make those bongs 10 feet high and an inch wide, and they always go flying across the room. True, you didn't hang out. The bong spilled every Friday night at the bachelor
I don't want to go to the booze.
Right. All right, that's
because
good.
that'll kill you.
All right, well, how about going to Jesus?
That's nasty.
What about your
my
family?
dad tries to take me there.
All right, listen, Bill.
And I don't want to do the speed because I tried that once. And
Bill, but it's not
I wanted to like kill people in
All right,
McDonald's. I
good.
do speed.
You don't have to do something, Bill.
Well, yeah.
You can enjoy your life. You can love your
I gotta
child.
fight it every day of my life.
You got to what?
Or I got to fight it every day.
All right, so you're addicted.
But if you're in
Either I got to do it or I got to fight it.
well, if you're in recovery,
Well, yeah, but don't talk yourself into that.
If you're in recovery, you'll stop fighting. You'll capitulate. And you understand that you don't have any control over this, and this is a constant biological urge that you have now. And until you do something about it, there will continue to be mounting consequences in your life. And you've just backhandedly, just sort of in passing, described to us that you became violent on speed, that you drank heavily in alcohol, that your wife is disturbed about your marijuana use. There's things happening because of your relationship with substances, and they will continue, and they will get worse.
All right.
And you can do something about it when you're ready. There is treatment for this.
When we come back, we're going to talk to a 17-year-old Nick who thinks he's straight but has been attracted to a guy. Could he be gay?
LoveLine will be right back. LoveLine will be right back after we kill the singer.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Radio that keeps you up at night. It's LoveLine, only on WEBN.
Hey, this is Matthew Sweet, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Saw Matthew Sweet on some TV show. Can't remember which one. Conan, was it? Yeah, I think it was. He is just the nicest guy in the world. Wouldn't you say? I mean, you never know. People have dark sides and all that, but not Matthew Sweet.
Oh, he is so sweet.
He's just the most
awesome.
unassuming, friendly, easygoing, just warm guy you're ever going to want to meet. Not an ounce of attitude out of him. Just happy to be playing music and to be being interviewed by whoever's interviewing him at the time. We should all take a lesson from Matthew.
All right.
Matthew, chapter 5, verse, that's who we should listen to. Matthew Sweet. All right, Drew?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We'll listen to Matthew, but not to Adam. So let's go.
Nick, 17.
Hey, how's it going?
All righty, Nick.
Hey, Dr. Drew and Adam, I love you both. I think you're the raddest. And Adam, I just got to say, your masturbation rules are so cool. I live by them every day.
Rules? What are they?
I live by them.
What are they?
I do it every day and be happy while you're doing it and just live by masturbation. That's all I got to say.
Is this printed somewhere?
It's just what I've come up with by listening to it.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, I'll make this kind of short. But I've known this guy for like 2 years, and this year, like last year, he sat behind me in my science class and stuff. And then this year, I kind of like reintroduced myself to him and stuff, and we were just kind of cool and friends and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like I got this big attraction towards him, and I was like, I started even like dressing like him and like buying the same kind of CDs as him and just being like around his friends so I could be around him. And I realized it wasn't just like some kind of friendship thing. I was kind of actually
infatuated. You were infatuated with him.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, infatuated with him. And this, I wanted to be around him even more. And then I thought, well, maybe it's just like a brother kind of friendship. And then I start having like sexual dreams about him and stuff like that. And so I was like, well, maybe it's just a fantasy. And so I let it go on and let it go on, and like I invited him to this like Christmas party I had in January, in December and stuff. And he came over, and it was like I just knew like right from then that I was really attracted to him. And so things have been kind of going on where there was like mutual flirting. And like last week, stuff has been building up and stuff. But last week, things kind of happened between him and I, and they were like way more than just a friendship.
Really? Like what?
Like mutual sexual things, I guess you could say.
Was the hymen pierced?
Pierced.
What does that mean?
How far did the sex go?
It wasn't sex, but it was very close to it. It was more like.
I'm going to do that later, actually. Let me mark that down. Not actual sex, but an incredible simulation.
Yeah, kind of. And we were up till like, we got back to his house at 12 at night, and we were up till like 3:30 in the morning.
Did you kiss?
Kind of.
All right. Well, hold on, Mr. Simulator. What do you mean, kind of?
Like, kind of, but not for long periods of time. Just like quick, a peck here and there, something like that. There was a lot of touching of like, the penis and stuff.
Oh, there was?
Yeah.
Whose penis?
Both, kind of.
Oh, sometimes there's a third-party penis involved, just the penis. But this was each other's penis.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Wow. All right, so wait a minute. This guy you had a serious crush on in high school, is it?
Yeah.
Turned out?
I just graduated, and he's still in school. He's going to be a senior.
Turned out to be interested in guys, too.
Well, yeah, but then here's where the complication comes in. Now, my graduation was like last week, and so we've been out of school and stuff, and I called him, and it was like things went really, really rough, kind of on the phone, and then like a group of our friends and everything, we went out like for coffee and dinner and stuff like this last weekend, and things were so weird in between us, and I don't care if things just end right here with him and I as far as like sexual stuff, but I totally want a friendship from him, and I mean, I'd like.
Yeah, all right, hold on.
Okay.
Nick, has he ever been with a man before?
No.
No. Nor have you?
No, yeah, definitely.
But you seem to be fairly clear that you're gay.
Well, I'm not sure because I was thinking about it, and I have like a lot of friends who are gay, and like none of them are attracted. I mean, none of them I would be attracted to in a second.
All right, but it's at least you're comfortable with the notion that you could be.
Yeah.
Do you think he's as comfortable with that?
No, not at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's ambivalent at best.
Yeah, and in fact, like, we had this talk, like, about a month ago, and he said that we were, like, talking, and we were talking about experimenting and stuff. I mean, we were actually talking about it, and he was like, well, I kind of want to try things with a girl first before I do things.
All right, so here's what you need to do, Nick. I've been in this situation myself. Not the part about feeling up one of my friends.
It's with women, and then they become gay.
I've turned many women on to golf. No. You like somebody, they like you, you've had a little thing, it's not going to work out, it's touchy, it's precarious, it's uncomfortable, they're feeling a little skittish, and even when you come on and say, listen, I only want to be friends, it's all right, we can work it out, it's almost like when you're trying to get the cat to go to the vet, and you're coming after it and you're going, listen, I just want to help you, you need a worm shot. The cat gets freaky and goes running away.
You need some distance. Need some space.
What you need to do is make your intentions clear. So Nick, you say to him, listen, I understand, you're having ambivalent feelings. You'd like to experiment a little and play the field. Maybe you're not real comfortable with this. Maybe you're not this at all. Be my guest. Fine. I'd like to maintain a friendship. I hope that's not too uncomfortable. And if you're not feeling up to it right this second, I totally understand. When you are, I'd like to. But take the pressure off the guy.
But then
I'm sure you'll be able to.
Then he's going to have to disappear for a couple of weeks because there's no way he's going to be able to deliver it like that because he's too involved.
Right.
It's going to be a little bit of the scared cat with him too, and so he's got to deliver it. Let it be. Put it on the table and then kind of back away for a while.
All right, but don't worry. If it was meant to be, all right. Ellen, 23.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
All right. Hey, I just wanted to say you're still with the sweating and not stinking. That's not you just by yourself there.
You sweat and don't stink too?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I could run a marathon and not smell.
Really?
Then every once in a while it'll sneak up on you.
Yeah, and here's the problem. It's the same way when I break wind. I must let thousands of cubic yards of methane out of my ass almost every year, and most of it does not have any odor. And so what happens is I become lax, confident, even cocky with this. And what happens is I'll start breaking wind, like I'll be driving in a two-seat car with the windows rolled up and the heater blaring on a first date or something, and I'll lean over because I'm confident and let a little something fly, and then all of a sudden that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Holy Christ, no. So, but Alan, we should have a party where we get together and don't shower.
That'd be all right.
All right. All right, so what's your question? I did shower today, by the way, Drew.
I'm
glad to know.
Moved.
All right. I did that as well. Yes.
Is with the IUD. I heard on the air the other day that it can cause problems with having kids.
Yep.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because me and my wife, we just had our son about 4 months ago.
Right.
And we're looking at, different kinds of birth control.
Right.
And we don't want to do the pill. We were looking at the IUD. So what's the problem with that?
The IUD can increase risk of what we would call ascending infections, meaning if there is an infection in the vagina or something is introduced into that area, it can increase the probability that will get into the higher areas of the genital tract, specifically the tubes.
Mm-hmm.
And if it gets there, it can smolder there and destroy the tube's function. So eggs can't migrate from the ovary down to the uterus. Now, you're monogamous, you're with each other, neither of you have infections, so the risks are certainly lower than somebody who is perhaps out there with more than one partner.
Right.
She's already had a child. That's the reason they would even be willing to offer it to you. They usually will not even offer it to a woman who's never had a child because there is really a risk of infertility. It can scar the uterus. The uterine cavity can be actually scarred shut. Things can happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it likely?
It's not likely, but if you really are dead set on having another child, it's not a great alternative for contraception.
All right.
Not a good one.
All right, we got to go to break. Now, there's Heather here. She's 30. This is who we'll be speaking to when we come back. She's been married for 10 years, has an open relationship, and now has feelings for another woman. We'll explore that when Loveline returns.
All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed.
Really? Loveline will be right back to deal with inflamed, sensitive areas.
It's not hard to swallow. We've got a frog in our throat.
Lick it up.
It's Loveline.
WEBN.
Hello, I'm Simon LeBon.
And I'm Warren Cucurullo from Duran Duran. You're listening to Love Lines with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes. Two men who are well aware of their sexuality, I would venture to say. I've never seen Warren in anything more than leather pants and a full-length fur coat with nothing on. Here's a man who, when he's not shaving, is sunning or working out. I don't know when he gets time to play an instrument. Like, this guy wouldn't get laid anyway. On top of it, he's an amazing guitar player. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, Engineer Mike wants him. Too much for you?
Too much.
Too
Over
flaunty.
the top, yeah.
Yeah. You like the slackers.
I don't like the slackers.
Listen, I've seen your husband. You like the slackers, Ann.
How is my husband a slacker?
He's got that sort of long hair. He wears the baggy corduroy shorts and the tennis shoes.
He is fine.
I know. He's a fine slacker.
He loves abusing spouses. You notice this?
Yeah, I do.
What? Listen, I love Doug. Come on. He's a great guy. Wasn't I just saying to you the other
He's
night?
not a slacker. You make it sound like he sits at home.
No. He's
hardworking.
He cultivates the slacker appearance, yet he is really driven.
He's got that casual California look.
Right. That
and don't defend your spouse to Adam. It just spurns him on.
Has he ever worn a belt, for instance?
Yeah, he wears belts.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Just loose around his shorts or to hold his pants up?
He wears belts.
Oh, okay.
He's a good dresser.
No, I think he's very fashionable. Well, listen, I have an affinity for Doug. As you know, we traveled. Last year, we went out to the WHF Festival. HF Festival. Or something. I don't know how to say WHFS in D.C. I went with Ann and Doug, and we had a wonderful time. I think I still owe Doug $20 in a reach around, though. Heather.
Hello.
All right. You're 30. You're 10 years. I owe you a poke around it.
Excuse me?
And you're in you've been married for 10 years.
Been married for 10 years.
You're 30, and would you typify yourself as a swinger?
No, not actually. Just kind of like an open relationship. We've never had any couples. It's just been men.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just men entering the bedroom.
Yes.
Having threesomes.
Actually, in the playroom.
Having threesomes.
That's what the bedroom becomes when you got three people getting it on.
Is that something you want?
In the beginning, it seemed like it, yes.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
Is that something
different?
It's something different.
My husband and I had been together for 6 years before we had even spoke about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought it up, and about a year later, we started to.
Where'd you find the guy?
What guy? Oh, the guy that we brought in?
Yeah.
Oh, I was a stripper working in a club. And
Okay.
Oh, you want to gamble, Drew?
Oh, yeah. It's the layup.
Oh, the layup. All right, hold on a second, Heather.
Okay.
We're going to do some gambling.
Okay.
I was about to say something, but no. When I went out 2 weekends ago with to the gay steakhouse in Washington, D.C. with Dickie from the Boss Tones, one of the guys in the group had just sort of participated in this sort of thing. And there are guys out there who are certainly willing to do this. I would find it to be a complete distraction. By the way, getting it on. Like, there's no way I could have sex with Susan with Drew hovering around in the background. I would be scared that something would go upside my head, like a blunt, object.
Yeah.
Like halfway into it, you would decide this is not what you wanted.
Yeah.
That in reality, you were not swingers, but necrophiliacs, and you now had to kill me.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway.
And you don't find, guys can participate in this and not be totally screwed up.
Okay.
But you don't find
women.
Well,
a little double standard. All right, Drew?
It's not double standard. That's just the way it goes.
All right, you have any money tonight, Drew? Are you doing all right for money, Drew?
Let's see. Don't you owe me from last night?
No, you didn't win last night. Last night was a bust. You got a $1?
Yeah.
All right, get another one out for me. I don't have any money.
I have $3.
All right, well, give me, come on.
$2.
2. Well, you win. You got to bet. You got to
back.
Come on, all the money I've given you. Come on, you don't need that money. $3. Where are you going? You don't smoke. All right. All right. What? Don't you have some sort of change bucket at home or something?
Go ahead, let's go. See if I can win my money back.
Okay. Heather's 30. Heather's been married for 10 years. At that times are real tight for me because of the house and everything.
Yeah.
And because of the crack.
$6,000.
And
I can't afford big screen TV. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, I bought this big screen. That same as cash 1 year to pay it off thing.
Yeah.
So listen, things better go well for me. Otherwise, I'm going to have to part with the big screen.
Right.
She's a dancer.
Yep.
And a swinger.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead, Drew.
Sexually abused somebody close to her. Brother, father, something like that. A long time. Starting before age of 6.
All right, who's sexually abused her? Because I'll take sexual abuse, too.
Yeah.
You're going with a family member?
Family member.
Family member. All right, can I go for distant family member?
Sure.
I'll go for your distant family member or someone in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yep.
All right. Heather.
Yes.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
I was not sexually abused by any family members. I am from a divorced family from the age of 3, but when I was 14, I was brutally assaulted by 4 men.
What happened?
What happened? I went to a friend of mine's house and partaked of some cocaine for the first time and put myself in a situation that I shouldn't have been in and was held down and raped repeatedly by 4 men.
Were these guys guys you'd met before?
2 of them were, yes.
See, I don't understand.
Where did you meet them?
They were my girlfriend's 2 brothers.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm taking the money, by the way, Drew. That is sexual assault by someone other than a family member, but in the neighborhood.
That something didn't.
But the thing about it was that I had that blocked in my head.
That event?
It was blocked away.
Yeah.
Until right before I started stripping.
Yeah.
But How do you block something away that happened when you were 14? I mean, you were...
If something had happened before that you blocked away, you have that mechanism already in place.
I don't know how I did it. It just happened.
Heather, is it possible? Are there big chunks of your childhood that are missing?
Oh, yes, lots of chunks of my childhood that are missing.
Christ, $2 is now, I can see it going.
Yes.
I've had speculations about one of my uncles. That,
well, that's for you, though.
That's for me.
Nothing solid.
Nothing solid, and nothing from Dad.
No, nothing from my dad, no.
Or your brothers or anything?
That, I don't know.
Please. Not your brothers. I know them. They couldn't have done something like this, Heather.
But Heather, something did happen. I can virtually...
Right, I'm taking the $2.
No,
I'm not leaving it to a total no.
It's a yes, because that's how at 14 you were able to have been victimized by these criminals, and that's how your brain was able to...
Whatever happened to just good old-fashioned rape? I mean, don't guys just rape anymore?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
I mean, innocent victims like in the movies.
Yeah, but what we know about Heather is that she had a psychological mechanism. She blocks memories, and that's a primitive mechanism. And it's kind of unusual to develop that age of 14. And she has chosen a career now where she continually acts these things out.
Well, see,
you're acting out the rape all the time, but the dancing is just a way of getting some control and mastery over those things which are horrifying to you. How do you feel about men in general?
I don't have anything against most men anymore. I used to hate all men.
All right.
But
what changed that?
What changed it? My husband did.
By forcing you to have sex with his buddies?
No. He has never forced me to do anything.
But it was his idea.
It was a suggestion. We both came to the conclusion together.
The conclusion that he brought up and that he worked on you with.
Well, there's times that I can be talked into doing pretty much anything.
All right. And that's what your husband did.
That is being a good victim.
No, I've played
being used. Being used and victimized. That's it. That's Heather.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Who were the guys you had sex with in front of your husband?
Some of them were business investors in the place where my husband worked. A few of them were people.
What kind of place does your husband work in?
A strip bar.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's a laser tech and a holographer.
A holographer?
Yes.
What's he do?
He makes
holograms?
And he fixes lasers.
Really? And he let or suggested that some of his associates have intercourse with you?
Oh no, it was a mutual decision.
Right, the mutual decision that he brought up and that he worked on you on,
and that he invited the guys in for.
Well, actually, it was supposed to be couples, but
yeah. So far, I've not heard one element of mutuality in any of these suggestions. Not one.
The first time, no. The second time, I was dancing.
Oh, Heather, please.
And it just kind of led into it. It doesn't just they come over and it happens.
All right. Do you have kids?
Yes, I have one.
Okay.
She's 8.
All right. All right. So, Heather, you understand what's going on here now, right?
Sort of, but now I kind of feel obligated to have a woman into it because there hasn't never been a woman.
All right, but listen, whether you're talking about a man...
Obligated.
All right, just
to the balance of nature.
I can't even begin to sift through this. Listen, Heather, whether it's a man, a woman, or a gay Eskimo in your bedroom, this isn't the point. It has nothing to do with anything. Do you understand? Drew knew, and I knew you were sexually assaulted or abused.
Okay.
And you're just on autopilot. Do you understand? Somebody got hold of you early in life, reprogrammed you, and that's what you're doing now. You're just acting out. You're just, I mean, here's what I want to say, Heather.
But I don't feel as though...
But I know you don't feel that way. That's part of the...
So I have to watch out to pass on any type of sexual abuse. I have to be conscious so that I don't pass on verbal abuse to my child.
All right. Well, whatever it is, but here's the point that I'm trying to make. You're a kid. You're like some sort of soft clay that had been molded. And who the hell knows what you would have been doing if no one had gotten to you at that age. I mean, you know what I mean? You probably wouldn't be stripping.
I would have, yes. I wanted to try it just once. how I started stripping was I went into a dance contest.
Yeah, but you don't.
Yeah, but why did you go into Ann? How come you've never entered a dance contest? Why isn't anyone? How come? Why did you enter the dance contest? What compelled you to do that?
Because I've always been an exhibitionist.
Right, because something happened.
Heather, that's a way of mastering things.
Oh,
It's a way
okay.
of getting control of your environment. And it's not a good thing.
Well, most men want something from a woman anyways.
Of course.
I'm in a controlled environment in the club.
Yeah, but that's right. But it's not about what most men want, particularly men you don't know or perhaps despise on some level. But it's what Heather wants and what Heather needs. And being able to get in touch with that and have real feelings and act on them and fulfill them. And Heather's a gazillion miles away from that.
Oh, yeah. She ain't even close.
Yeah.
I mean, she's working tomorrow night and couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
All right, but here's the deal, Heather. I don't even know where to begin, but stop acting out. I mean, getting a woman in the bedroom is not going to solve anything. It's not going to do anything. You have an 8-year-old right now. Your job is to get mentally stable. It is sanity is not a hobby when you have kids. Not something you get to when you get to it. It's not a ship in a bottle. It's not a Buick you're restoring in the garage. It is a priority. When you have kids, you're obligated to be somewhat sane,
stable
for the kids.
Yep.
You must look into these issues, Heather. Thank you.
Meanwhile, as the faceless evil closes in on the hapless, sleeping populace across town in a shanty one-bedroom, an old woman feeds her parakeet.
Come on, Chirpy, have some cheese. You love cheese. Since when are you afraid of cheese?
LoveLine will be right back.
Suck on this. LoveLine.
All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
WEBN.
Hi, I'm Saffron.
I'm Tim.
Johnny Glue.
We're Republica, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carollo and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. I like that Republica. What's going on with them? All right. Very sassy, that Saffron.
Hey, that poor woman that you invited over here.
Coco.
Has not arrived.
Where is
She's gonna
Coco?
walk in as we walk out the door.
Well, so be it.
Yeah.
She'll still have the thrill of meeting Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is out of this studio.
I'm already gone.
12. He's pissed now because we're 30 seconds over.
It bothers me a
Drew,
bit.
do you or do you not back your car into the spot so that you can shave?
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure. If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy. Loveline producer Ann Wilkins.
This broadcast was copyright 1997 Westwood One Entertainment. This music is MXPX on Tooth and Nail Records.
Sit, Obo. Obo, stop dragging your butt across the carpet.